What's up, guys? You got Shempy, and I'm bringing you another NCAA 2011 Road to Glory video. This time, my Oregon Ducks take on Washington State. It's Saturday, and we've got some big games going on today. One of the biggest games of them all is the Oregon-Stanford game. Should be pretty exciting. I would definitely recommend checking that out. LaMichael James looking to have a huge game. Not doing too much in my game, though. Getting stuffed in the backfield. I almost get a safety here. End up running around, throwing it downfield. Probably should have tucked it and run. But, you know, you can't make all the right decisions. I keep trying to get James involved, and maybe I should step away from him because he's really not doing too much. At a wide open lane, and decides to take it outside and just doesn't get any yards. Tends to happen a lot, but I'm scrambling around once again, and there's a big opening. Thought I might have been able to break it a little bit more. I had to break it one tackle, and that probably would have got me at least 20 more yards, but no go, and we need 1 yard, so I decided to give it to LaMichael James, and he picks up at least 1 yard. I get it to him out on the pitch here. He gets double teamed and gets stuffed. He's not breaking any tackles, and that's what tends to happen when the computer uses a speed running back. And I get it to him in space here a little bit, but can't break the tackle, and forced to rely on the run here on third down. Find my wide open man, number 15. Makes a great play, great catch, and gets downfield, which is exactly what you want out of a receiver. And here I get flushed from the pocket, and I end up having to make a lot of plays with my feet in this game. I wanted the hurdle, jumping over the guy, but it didn't work too well. One of these days it's going to work, and it will be impressive. But not so impressive right now is my offensive line. They are not containing these guys at all, and Washington State D-line is making a lot of plays and making it tough on me because I can't wait for my receivers to finish their routes and get open. So forced to make some plays, a lot of running plays, more running than I normally do, but got a couple guys sitting in the pockets of zone coverage, so find the tight end, keeping the defense off balance, running some different formations, running a wildcat here. Hasn't been too successful. Had a couple of pretty good ones, but I throw a nice block. Fortunately, have a little fumble action, which definitely does not bode well for big plays, but try to make a big play across the middle here. Find that number 15. He seems like he's in the right place all the time, but continue to try to get Michael James involved. Huge hole of the middle. Whatever reason, he cuts it directly into a defensive player. No idea what's up with that, but I mean, this computer running system needs to be fixed a little bit, I think. I don't know if it's just because I'm playing on a higher difficulty or what, but find a number 85 in stride here. Doesn't quite have the speed to beat the man into the end zone, but he gets close, and running an option here. I'm just going to pound it in. Taken into the end zone with a defender in my back. But it's tied up in the second quarter, and this Washington State defense giving me some fits. Bringing a lot of pressure, and we run a couple of screen plays here and a wide receiver screen, which can be oddly successful even when it seems like nothing's open. But once again, running around, making some plays with my feet. Well, Michael James out of the backfield gets wide open, actually breaks a tackle, which I was pretty impressed with. It's one of the first ones I've seen him actually break. And then tried to get it downfield here, even though I had a wide open Michael James. Probably should have gotten it to him, but under pressure and just didn't make the right decision. And once again, under a lot of heat, trying to throw a pass, had a receiver mildly open, but threw a bad pass because of the hit. And here I get hit again, and I loft it up to number 4, who finds it, even though it's a bad throw, and this was just terrible on my part. I was pressing X, trying to get up to the line really fast. My lineman got set and ready faster than I anticipated. Ended up throwing an interception. Luckily, nothing happened. Nothing came out of it for them in terms of points. But absolutely not helping the Heisman stats. And once again, getting taken out. Sometimes that play action takes way too long to develop. If they bring a blitz, they just hit you dead on. And running a read option here. See that defensive end staying put and give it to LaMichael. He picks up a good solid 4 yards, and once again they're in man coverage with cornerbacks on receivers, so I decided to take off. Everyone's back is turned. The defensive line doesn't get there quite fast enough. Offensive line just does a pretty decent job keeping him at bay. And here, I just throw a stupid pass. He was triple covered. I thought I could get it out there with the ridiculous throwing power and accuracy that the game has given me. But I see Washington State lined up in kind of a wacky formation. And usually when that happens, you know that a blitz is coming. And they actually brought two guys, like a corner and a linebacker. So I knew someone was going to be open. Ran quick routes, which is audible, and then you hit up on the stick. I'm trying to continue to abuse this Washington State D, which has been pretty stingy for most of the game. But finding my man, number 4, in the end zone. I'm starting to make the right reads here, and once you get a feel for a defense, you can kind of see what they're lined up in and call audibles and, you know, try to make sure you run the right play depending on the defense they're in. And they're in man coverage here once again, which leaves a lot of running room for me. Everyone's covered, but there's a ton of open space on the field, and I get some great blocking downfield by my wide receivers. But trying to make an impact in the running game still, and the running backs haven't done too much. LaMichael James actually re-injured himself. He's out for the game. The backup filling in pretty nicely, breaking a tackle here and making it outside, almost picking up the first down. But I see someone cheating up. The safety does end up coming in strong, so I find my man, number 4, who's in man coverage. Get him on the slant, which typically is one great way to break man coverage. And I see a wide open man downfield, but can't quite get it to him. Hit as I was throwing, so that definitely does not help the situation. I'm trying to get a screenplay going here. Someone picks up a nice block and end up getting about 10 yards for the screen and pick up that first down. And the D continues to be aggressive, and the coaching staff calls for another screen, this time to the wide receiver, which works out for another 10 yards. And we're driving on him, and basically we just want to run this clock out. Only a couple minutes left. Only have a 1 touchdown lead, but here I just make a sick play, cutting right in front of the face of that number 61, and then not coming down, which leads to a fumble. Sometimes you just want to get down as a quarterback, but I was getting a little greedy, trying to pick up some extra yards. At this point, Washington State has no timeouts left. Probably could just run the clock out, but I'm still trying to make some plays and find a number 42, that tight end, and he gets down near the goal line. So what I'm going to do is just punch it in. Wide open, huge hole. Didn't take much, and that's another touchdown. And basically I think they have a turnover, and we get the ball back here. Just gonna kneel it out, but then coaching staff starts running some plays, so I said, hey, why not? So I give it to this halfback, trying to get him a little more involved, and he makes a great play, and only need a few more yards, and I'm gonna run an option here, and only need to break 1 tackle, and then blocking does the rest, and I just walk into the end zone. So that's basically gonna do it for this game. End up winning in a pretty reasonable fashion after it was pretty close for the entire game. But number 4 coming up pretty big, having a couple of touchdowns. And here are the numbers. Check them out. You know, trying to stay in the race for the Heisman, getting some good solid passing and rushing yards, which definitely helps. And for the rest of the day here, I'm just going to sit back and watch some football, and I suggest you do the same because we got some great games going on here. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see ya!